All right, so let's go ahead and go over a damage calculator chart that somebody on the subreddit actually made. So huge props to them to actually go and do this because this actually takes a lot of effort. So what they have done is they have put all of the Chinese or all the characters, even from the Chinese version, for future patches into the game. And they got a little understanding the merits of it. It is a DPM, damage per move calculator. On average move, meaning the incantation, it goes over from the portraits from 0 to 5, and then it goes from 1 target to 2 targets to 3 targets. We have some caveats here. For example, Bathodia, there is 2 different calculations, one with burn stacks and one without. Obviously, she does more damage with, or Spithodia does more damage with burn. 6 has 2 card cycles, merging cycle and closed loop cycle. Closed loop cycle assumes no merging RNG, therefore the damage is lower. They used the merging cycle for this visualizer to demonstrate more damage. They also have 37 here. 37 is not bad at P0 by any means. She does on Eureka triggers, which is AoE, which is mostly where her damage lies. Also understand that she has stronger multipliers on tune or are tuned for AoE casts. So her single target damage is understandably not as monstrous, being a AoE powerhouse. They also have A Knight. P5 cannot be quantified due to its nature. Consider his damage at P5 higher than visualized, so keep that in mind. We also have some conclusions here with the numbers. We'll go over that after. Let's go ahead and just jump onto the visuals. So, as I scroll, we'll see the damage output with 1 target, 2 target, and then 3 targets. We also have, it is the main 6-star damage dealers. So this is essentially what I was talking about in the earlier video with Juane. So over here we have P0 all the way up to P5. And then you have the units here specified, just the main DPS damage dealers. I would say the main big ones that people typically want to look at would be 37, Jue, Jessica, Bathodia, Lilia, and maybe Black Dwarf. It's probably all like the focus is going to be on. Granted, this isn't a video to tell you who to go for. It's a video to give you understanding as to what these characters are capable of doing. Also the fact that as you look just across the board, if you get more dupes into your units, they are going to do more damage, just because it unlocks more damage output that they are capable of doing. So the single target DPS characters, obviously the most brand new recent character on the global version being Jessica, Changeling, however you want to call her, is going to be right here. So the single target damage gets about the same, gradually going up. Nothing too crazy. We have Spithodia here with 15 burns. So as you can see, with the 15 burns stacking up, a lot of damage. But obviously, the biggest thing is Jue being the tanned grayed out one, just doing stupid amounts of damage. So now we're going to go over to the 2-target damage dealing. So as you can see here, 37 really starts to scale up a lot once we get multiple targets on the field, given that the mass damage that she wants to do is just crazy. I'm pretty sure 37 is the female character. If I'm wrong, whatever, no big deal. Again, Jue here just completely just outmatches everybody. And then we're going to go to the 3 targets. Here we start to seeing a little bit of closer damage just overall with 37 and Jue, mainly once we get to P5 against 3 targets. And then the other unit that's very, very close is Jessica or Changeling. So that is the 3 targets. Very important to understand that. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the conclusions. We still are here, so saying that Jessica is extremely strong and still holds up very well against other notorious nukers, obviously being the 3 targets. We can see here that at P0, Jessica is actually the closest to Jue. And then once we start scaling up further, then it's really not that much of a competition at P5 because Jue and 37 just absolutely blow her out of the water. Jessica with full Blasphemer of Night uptime does very close as much as Jue at P0 to 1. And then, however, as mentioned there, once we start getting to the higher portrait levels, then it's really not even that close, just given the fact that Jue, once you get more and more dupes in, she's just stupid strong. We see here Centurion actually holds up very well to 2 and 3 star units, or 2 to 3 units, being right here. A lot of people typically like to say that she falls off, given she is a release banner character, or release character, not a banner, but you know what I mean, a release character. And she falls off. She still does a decent amount of damage, being the the 5th most damage dealing unit at P5 with 3 units. You know, that's because of her 2 target attack and then her ultimate doing a lot of damage. A Knight puts out surprisingly impressive numbers with balance. Please, Psycho or Psytube, that will be released in 1.4. So if you have A Knight, he is going to be right here. So keep in mind, at the highest portrait level, you got to keep in mind that his damage is actually going to be higher. And then once that Psytube comes out, he's going to be doing a lot. So Drufus the third is surprisingly decent at doing damage. So we go back over here. She's okay. I wouldn't say she is the absolute best. Eternity output is low comparatively, but she can still handle later limbos, a testament to how well 6-star units hold up, even if they are not the best or at the top of the meta. Come back over here and we go to Eternity. Yeah, she does not do a whole lot. So if you want to look at the comparison between Eternity, which is right here, and then Black Dwarf, they're somewhat comparable. You know, being that if you have Eternity right now and you're kind of like, do I really want Black Dwarf right now, the unit coming out just this coming week, I would say, you know, that's completely up to you. But yeah. And also I want to say, just broadly speaking, I'm not telling you who to save or who to go for. I'm just giving you knowledge so you can make better judgment for yourself. If you want Black Dwarf, if you want Shaman and they are just characters you absolutely love, or you're like, no, I want 37 or I want 6, by all means, go for it. I'm just trying to give insight and statistical evidence to show certain characters that you might want to like keep in the back of your mind. Maybe do a couple polls for a specific character and then have stuff saved up for when they come out. Because I personally, for me, I have Eternity. I'm not going for Black Dwarf. Shaman, I'm kind of up in the air. Spatheria, I kind of want. I like her design. And then Joya, obviously, I really, really want. I want to try to get the most copies as I can to set my account up for, you know, success for long term. But yeah, so this is just a little bit of a calculation done by this Reddit user. So fantastic job by them. Obviously, pull for characters that you want to pull for.